Yo, what's poppin', man? It's your boy Rovi, and today we're gonna be reacting to the lead attorney um, debating Ruslan. I'm a huge fan of Ruslan. I watched the lead attorney as well. I'm interested in seeing what actually happens in this conversation because I did not expect Ruslan to be on the lead attorney. So, anyways, let's go.
For their kids and get 50% custody, get 75% custody, get their kids 5 days a week. The mom gets them 2 days a week.
You're saying that you see many men get 75% custody. How many is many, Ruslan?
A dozen. I know a dozen folks at my church that have their kids for 75% of the time.
All right. Were the moms shitty moms?
Both moms and dads were crappy parents. Nobody was on drugs in these situations. There was definitely adultery committed, but nobody was out here strung out on crack or anything like that.
How were they shitty moms?
I mean, when adultery is involved, I think that's pretty crappy to me. If someone's cheating on each other, if someone's not is being inconsistent, I think that's pretty crappy. Sometimes the moms check out too.
Guys, listen. This is another thing that we need to combat. You know, just because you commit infidelity does not mean you're a shitty parent. You can cheat on your wife and be the best father ever. You can cheat on your wife one time and really love your kids. Don't let anybody tell you.
My presupposition is that the nuclear family is the bedrock of our civilization. So if somebody steps out on the very foundation of what makes the optimal environment for a child, I think that's very problematic.
Well,
All right, so here's like my personal belief on that, at least from a Christian perspective. It is kind of selfish to cheat on your spouse because that does trickle down to the children. Because if there's division in the household where, the husband and the wife aren't together and they split, that means that the child is now left with either without a mother in the house or a father within the house. And that could also lead to, kind of confusion and like emotional distance from one of their parents just being out the household. I've experienced that personally. It's not fun, but let's continue.
Oh, and see, that's another thing, right? Because you're assuming that two particular individuals raising a child is the optimal environment. And I'm telling you as a divorce attorney that it's not. I also mediate cases. I have the highest certification of mediators in the state. I'm a specialized domestic violence mediator. I will tell you that there are some people, there are men and women together that should not be together.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not talking about the divergence. I'm talking about optimally what's in it. What's best for the child, considering people are functional, stable humans.
Well, this is what goes back to infidelity. Sometimes men step out of their relationships because they have a shitty wife, but that does not mean that they don't love their kids.
So I never say they don't love their kids.
It sounded to me like you said that if a man commits infidelity, then he's, disturbing the foundation of the nuclear family.
I would say men and women, yes. I would say when you are literally tampering with your marriage vows, then yes, I think that's the low integrity thing to do, unless there's like some other arrangement. If you're stepping out on your spouse, regardless of the circumstances, I think counseling comes before that. I think therapy comes before that. I think we go deal with the issues in a marriage before we start cheating on each other. Why is that unreasonable?
It's absolutely unreasonable to think that if you sleep with someone else that is not your wife one time, that makes you a shitty father.
You're putting words in my mouth.
You did. So you said that infidelity. I asked you.
Infidelity makes me question a man's character. That's what I said.
No, I asked you. I wish I could just replay this because I asked you. You were talking. I asked you.
I said yes. It's sus behavior. If
no, I didn't say sus. I'm asking you specific stuff, and you're trying to change the words.
If a man and a woman are in a covenantal marriage and they've agreed to not cheat on each other, and they have a family, a nuclear family, and the flourishing of those children is for that man and wife to be loving towards each other for the optimal environment of those kids. And one of those people decides to break their vows, man or woman. Yes, I think that's a crappy thing to do as a human. That's a crappy thing to do as a human. And yes, that would say, man, didn't really prioritize your marriage, which in my opinion comes before anything else.
I asked you what made the the person, the father who got 75% of the custody, according to you,
Mhm.
what made him get custody of the kids? I asked you, was it a shitty mom?
Mhm.
You said that there were no drugs or anything involved. I said, was the mom shitty?
Mhm.
You said that there was some infidelity
I
involved.
think I said on both sides. I believe I said on both sides. But the point still stands. If one person cheats on their spouse, to me, makes me question them, and I think that's crappy behavior.
As a
So I'm not
parent.
backing this as a parent. I'm not backing that statement down. I would say that. So we could disagree on that. We could say, hey, you're saying people can cheat and they're great people, and I would say, yeah, I think if you're cheating, you're kind of a scummy person. We could agree to disagree.
No
on
one's
that.
talking about a person. You keep changing it. I'm
Well, if
talking
a
about
person,
the.
I was a person, not a parent. Everything is intermingled. Who you are as a husband, who you are as a father, who you are as a friend. Character and integrity is it's all being one person, being one of integrity. It's not, you can't compartmentalize.
Guys, don't listen to this. Guys, you can cheat on your wife and be a great father. Do not ever let anyone tell you that if you have sex with some damn random stripper, now it's all intermingled and you can't be a great.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I kind of get what the lead attorney is saying, and I also get what Ruslan is saying. But just from me coming from like the Christian worldview, and also actually experiencing a single mother household that was pretty much broken by infidelity. The marriage is broken by infidelity, which resulted in parent splitting. Um, that kind of affected some of my choices growing up because I might have not had the other parent there to help guide me as well. But I do think there's also cases where people should not be together if they're attacking each other and fighting in front of the children. They're growing up in a toxic environment. Maybe it's better for you to see your children 2 or 3 times out the week and be the best father that you could be or the best mother that you could be. So I kind of get both perspectives. I'm not in agreement with adultery. I think you would be a better parent if you guys were together and if you guys were going through some things non-physically. If you're physically fighting, then you guys probably should split. But non-physical, go to therapy, try to see what you can do to work it out, because you said the marriage vows till death do us part. So I think you should stick to that. But that's just me.
Great father. That is bullshit.
Are great fathers men of integrity?
Great fathers love their children.
Are great fathers men of integrity? Are they men of character?
I don't know what
yes be yes and their no be no?
I don't know what a man of integrity is.
That's a very simple question. I'm the same person. I give you my word. We show up. We break bread. I don't talk about you behind your back. I don't cheat on you.
Do you lie?
I don't lie. No, I don't.
Okay. Have you ever lied? Are you a man of integrity?
Absolutely.
Have you ever lied?
Yes, I've lied, but not to my wife about cheating on her.
No. You said lie. Now you're trying to define the lie.
Yes.
Have you lied before?
Yes.
Have you lied more than 10 times in your life? Have you lied more than 100 times?
You're doing the Ray Comfort thing.
No, I'm asking questions.
Yes.
You've lied more than 100. Wait,
I haven't lied recently. I haven't lied in the last, year.
Have you lied more than 100 times?
Sure.
But you call yourself a man of integrity.
Yes, because I am not a liar. Right. I don't consistently go on lying. I don't lie to my spouse. I don't lie to my kids. Right. So you can compartmentalize. I think that's a fair statement. You want to compartmentalize. I'm saying I don't think you compartmentalize. I think a man is consistent through and through in who they are in their home, who they are outside their home, who they are when they're with their boys, who they are when they're out, who they are at work. I think.
Did you have the same character when you were lying as you have right now, or did you change characters?
Did I change characters when I lied?
Yeah, you said you lied more than 100 times, right? In your life.
In my lifetime.
Did you get a new character, or is this the same you?
My character's been refined as I've been growing and maturing as a man. Yes, does your character not get refined? Do you not improve as a person? Do you not chisel yourself away into the type of person that can be optimal to lead?
So when did you become a man of integrity? At what age?
30s. My 30s. When I had my first kid, really locked in. I became congruent with my values. I grew. I became the same person.
33?
In my 30s, at 30.
What, 31, 33, 39?
Let's just call it 30. I had my
30. You were a man of integrity.
30. Yes.
So after the age of 30, you never lied.
I can't think of something that I've lied about.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
So in 8 years, you've never lied one time.
I don't know if I've never lied one
time.
Guys,
listen, but you're a man of integrity.
You're getting into the minutia of
what I'm following on what you're saying.
And I'm saying a person.
I'm gonna comment on this, right? I get what Ruslan is saying. He probably holds like a biblical, strong moral value internally, but the lead attorney is like, I don't know, he just doesn't mind of an attorney, but he's asking us specific questions. When did you become a man of integrity? And now Ruslan's choking up, saying he he can't he can't deny whether he lied in 8 years or not. So this also lets me know, right? Because when he said I'm a man of integrity, he felt really convicted about that. And don't get it wrong, I like Ruslan, but this also lets me know, like, us Christians, like, we can't be self-righteous. We can't think that we're holier than thou. You know what I mean? We've all committed sin. We've all sinned against God. We have all fallen short. Um, we've all fallen short, even when we converted to Christ, right? We have all fallen short. Therefore, we shouldn't be judging everybody. I mean, we should judge a little bit, because if someone's like living in sin and they're calling themselves a believer, that's a huge problem. But I think pride can get in the way. I would say something. I tried to be a man of integrity. I'm not perfect. I would have said I tried, because by saying you tried, you're actually acknowledging that you're stumbling. But he's saying that I'm a man of integrity. Is that But the lead attorney is asking him questions that are pretty much cornering him. It's kind of making him second guess, his answer. So yeah, none of us Christians, we have a right to be prideful and good, because the only person that's holy is Jesus. But anyway, let's go.
Of integrity
Doesn't lie.
is all consistently the same person. I do my very best to not lie.
Does a person of integrity lie?
No. I don't remember the last time I told a lie, man.
I'm just asking you. You say that a person of integrity does not lie.
Correct.
And you've been a person of integrity for 8 years.
For a couple years, yes. I've been
A couple or 8? A couple is 2.
We'll call it 8.
So in 8 years, you have not lied one time.
I don't remember.
Guys,
I don't remember lying. I don't remember that. Okay, so you're talking about the lying. Okay, let's talk about cheating. That's what I brought up. You think cheating is okay?
Want a second income stream? Because if you can download an app from the App Store, then you can now build a
I think you can cheat on your spouse and be an excellent parent at the same time.
Can you cheat on your spouse and be an excellent human?
What is an excellent human? We can't.
A solid, stable, stand-up individual you would want to do business with. Would you want to do business with someone that you know is perpetually cheating on their wife?
I have absolutely done business with me. I have absolutely done it. And maybe you do too. Maybe you do too. Maybe you have done business with people who have cheated and you don't know. Do you think
when I found out someone has cheated, that we stopped doing business?
Exactly, when you found out.
Yeah, when I found out.
Maybe
I'm
you
saying
didn't
partnering with people that are cheaters, I think that's a low-level character development.
Would you partner with someone who's a liar?
No. Someone that's a perpetual liar? Absolutely not.
No, I didn't say perpetual. You're adding words. Okay. Would you partner with someone who is a liar?
You're
Guys, this is what I'm saying.
Back up. Because what you're doing is you're saying a lie as a broad generality, and we both.
You're saying cheating.
No. Yeah.
Cheating is a broad generality.
Very specific. I'm saying putting your penis in another person.
No, that's not what
very specific. Now you're saying
you're adding that.
We know there's totally
cheating can be kissing. Cheating can be sucking on a boob that's not your wife's boob. Do you think that's cheating?
All of that is trash.
No, I didn't say it's trash. Let's be very specific. Is that cheating?
I'm saying it's all wrong.
You're saying it's wrong. Is it cheating? Why is it so hard to answer questions?
It's cheating. If I French kiss another woman, it's cheating, bro.
All right, so you're not just talking about penetration then. You're talking about something that's much more.
Your tongue doesn't end up in another woman's mouth, just like your penis doesn't accidentally end up in another woman's mouth.
It can be a lot of things. So it's just like lying. You're saying lying is abusive. Cheating is also abusive.
No, I'm not. I'm saying there's a difference between my mother coming over on Christmas and her wearing an outfit that I don't particularly find interesting, and me not telling to her face that, yeah, it doesn't really look good on you. That is not the same thing as lying to your wife. That is not the same thing as lying to your employer. So I think you're conflating And you're great at what you do, so I know what you're doing. But I think you're conflating the two. Now, when we're talking about cheating, tongue, rubbing on a booty, rubbing on a titty, all of that is cheating, and it's completely out of pocket. Now, there may be different consequences, and every relationship may be different. Some people got open relationships, but it's all the same thing. And let's not be disingenuous and act like a white lie to protect somebody's feelings because you don't really want to tell them that their outfit is trash is the same as lying to your wife. You know that's not the same thing. We know that's not the same thing.
So now you have different categories of lies. Is that what you're saying?
We know there's different categories of life. Just
okay,
like
which lies do you tell most? Like, tell us the category of lies that you tell.
I will omit stuff from. I've omitted stuff from.
No, not omissions. You keep guys. I don't know why it's so hard. Then call it a lie. Just call it a lie.
Okay, that's a lie.
You called it an omission. I'm talking about lies.
You said, what kind of lies do I tell? I said omitting something that you don't want to tell somebody because you don't want to hurt their feelings. That's technically a lie. We all do that. Do we not?
I don't think that's technically a lie.
He messed up right there, bro. And I'm not saying this about Ruslan. I'm just saying, like, it just brings me back to this Bible verse. I can't remember. I want to say it's somewhere in Proverbs where it's like, the more you talk, it's like the more you talk, the more foolish you sound. I'm not saying that Ruslan is foolish. I'm just saying now he's almost like admitting to saying that he's lying, but he's just because he's talking too much, you know? I don't think Ruslan tries to lie on purpose. I'm not accusing him of being a liar, but now he's kind of like admitting like, yo, I'm omitting a lie. That's technically a lie. But then he just said before that, dang, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. But you get what I'm saying. Like, he's admitting to lying in a sense, because he's categorizing lies. He's like, I don't tell these types of lies. So, but only the bad people tell us these type of lies. But I don't know, bro. But I think he's just talking too much. You know, I agree with where Ruslan's coming from a moral standpoint. He didn't bring out the Bible or Bible scriptures or anything like that because obviously the lead attorney, he's not a believer. He's not a Christian. But this was a good debate. Hold on, let's just wrap it up.
Omitting something that's true, that somebody asks you something and you don't tell them the truth is lying. Right?
No, not necessarily. No,
come on. Okay, let's move on because we're talking.
If someone says, "Lee, did you rob this bank?" and I'm just like this,
that's not what we're talking about. You know, that's not what we're talking about.
Because all we're doing is talking, but you have to be precise.
Sure.
Because if you're not precise, the stuff gets all turned around.
That's fair. And I feel like I was very precise about the cheating thing and how that.
Yeah, you said that you haven't lied in 8 years, but now you're walking that back. Now you're talking about now.
We're talking about black and white lies. Yes. So let's can we move on? Is that okay? Or
shout out to Ruslan.
You want to stay here and do the lead attorney thing
Let's get off the high seat, man.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, man.
This was good. This was good. This was really good. This was a really good debate. But obviously the lead attorney, he's been practicing law for over 20 years. So his mind and his strategies and his tactics on how to win arguments and break things down is far superior past just the average person in the world, like a Ruslan or like me or like anybody else, average civilian walking the streets. His knowledge is surpassed that because that's what he does for a living. One thing I got out of this is that we cannot act like we're holier than thou. We cannot say that we're all people of integrity and we don't lie. We don't do nothing. No, we all do something, even if in our walk with God. We just try not to do it. So, if someone were to ask me, "Hey man, you think you're better than me?" I would say, "Look, bro, I make mistakes. I try not to though, and when I do, I repent. I go to Jesus to wash me clean." That's what I would do. None of us really have a right to judge someone harshly, like you are like a super terrible person, when you could easily think back to something in your past that you did, even though you're washed and clean in the blood of Jesus. But the fact is, you still have done something in your life. So no one can say that they're perfect and their men and women have integrity. Okay, I want to be around people who try their best efforts to be refined, to be a better person in the knowledge of Christ. But that's just me. This was great. I enjoyed this. This was an amazing debate. And it's your boy Roby.